Welcome back to my channel. You already know it's your boy Hood Diggity, the Rock Reactor, back with another video. Yes, sir. Before I proceed, let me know where you tapping in from. Let me know what country, what city, what mountain, what hill, what cave, what island, what planet, what universe. Let me know where you at. Represent your hood. Yes, sir. Today we're going to talk about the Democrats. Democrats rage over Trump strikes on drug boats illegal. Now, there's been a lot of boats bombed. Everybody's seen it in the news. But what I am saying is this. If I was from Colombia or Venezuela or one of those, or Mexico or whatever, and I know that they're bombing the boats, why do you get on the boats and try to transport drugs? I won't even go fishing in that motherfucker if they're bombing it like that. Now, is it illegal or not illegal for him to do that? Now, I believe that it is illegal, but sometimes you have to get radical in order to get things done. Trump is just that. Trump has gotten a lot of stuff done because he goes a little bit over the edge. Okay, now if we want to talk about legal or not, let's get to this first. Let's watch the video before I give my opinion. But let's watch the video first. And before we do, guys, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, hit the like button. Any donations to my channel will be greatly appreciated. My PayPal account is on the screen. Let's get right to it, guys. Democrats rage over Trump strikes on drug boats. Illegal.
To the administration's narcotics crackdown, President Trump is shrugging off reports he is eyeing Venezuelan military targets that his administration suspects are used for drug trafficking. That comes after a series of U.S. attacks on suspected Venezuelan drug boats. Lawmakers were briefed on the operation this week.
See, I don't know, but some it's true. There's a dude in the video that I seen that when they blow him up, you can see the drugs flying out.
Attacks on suspected Venezuelan drug boats. Lawmakers were briefed on the operation this week, but Democrats are still taking issue with it.
There's nothing that we heard in there that changes my assessment that this is completely illegal, that it is unlawful.
It wasn't completely satisfied at all. I still have a lot of questions that need to be answered, and I think they owe us some explanations.
I heard no strategy, no end game, no assessment of how they are going to end the flow of drugs into the United States.
Am I leaving satisfied? Absolutely not.
Joining me now is founder and executive director at the National Security Institute, Jamil Jaffer. Jamil, always good to see you. I wonder if you agree with those Democrat voiced concerns that what the Trump administration is doing in targeting these alleged Venezuelan drug boats is illegal, in their words.
Well, look, the president has laid out his legal rationale for going down this road. He said as commander-in-chief of the U.S. military and as chief executive, he has responsibility to protect the nation from imminent threats. He says the flow of drugs into the United States that's killing tens of thousands of people is an imminent threat. He's taken action at the border to staunch fentanyl coming through China. And now he's talking about he's taking military action against Venezuelan drug boats coming to the United States.
Not just killing, I want to add to that, not just killing thousands of people, but also collapsing communities overall.
He's talked about taking action as well against Colombian assets as well with respect to cocaine. So the question then becomes, what is Congress going to do about it if they think that he's acting illegally? They can either authorize the use of military force, they can do nothing, they can fund the military to do these actions, or they can complain. And so at the end of the day, it's really on Congress to take action. They can also stop the president or try to limit the flow of funds to him to allow him to do that. But, you know, they have to take action to do that. Right now, the president has asserted his commander-in-chief authority, as have presidents for 250 years.
And we heard one of the Democrats there, Jamil, saying, I don't hear anything from the administration about a plan to stop the flow of drugs. Well, I think the administration response to that would be you strike fear into the hearts of those drug smugglers, and that is the plan, because they will stop doing what they're doing. Do you think that is an effective plan?
Well, look, I think that we've been fighting this war on drugs for the better part of 3 decades. It hasn't worked very effectively, and there are lots of Americans dying as a result of illegal drugs flowing in, primarily, to be fair, from China through Mexico and the fentanyl trade. Now, there are drugs that are coming from Venezuela that are problematic, and the president is now taking affirmative action to address that. The question becomes, will that be effective? And I think the answer is, look, I mean, when you see people dying on the battlefield and boats being blown up, it's gotta, at some level, make the drug dealers think twice about running those boats across the Caribbean. They've now got an aircraft carrier there in the Caribbean, along with its entire battle fleet and battle group. And the question becomes, will they be used against those assets? And if so, wouldn't that strike fear in the heart of any nation state, much less a drug cartel? I think the answer is yes.
Right, and Jamil, you talk about the resources that we have there. Do you think there is any prospect at all that at some point those resources are used to strike any targets on land in Venezuela? Because that would clearly take us to a very different situation.
I agree that would be a very different situation than conducting strikes in international waters against drug dealers. But look, the United States in the past has undertaken such action. We've said to countries around the world that if you are unwilling or unable to control your territory being used by terrorists and other transnational criminals, we will come after you. We've primarily only done in the terrorism context. Now President Trump is suggesting he might do it in the international criminal context, specifically with respect to drugs. We'll see if he actually goes down that road. It obviously changes the game dramatically. It puts us essentially in a potential state of war with another nation state. Of course, Venezuela is not going to be able to effectively punch back against the United States, but that's a big decision to make. The president hasn't yet made that decision, although interestingly, he has said that he's authorized CIA covert action in Venezuela. We don't know what that means specifically. It's unusual for a president to declare that publicly because that's the whole point of covert action is it's non-attributable. So we'll see what happens going forward. But if that does happen, you're right, that is a massive change in what we're doing.
Yeah, it is a fascinating situation to watch unfold, and we're grateful to have you guiding us through it. Jamil Jaffer, thanks very much for your time, sir.
Thanks for having me on.
Hey, everyone. I'm Emily.
You know, guys, I get it. The Democrats are there. Their job is to criticize Trump. Their job is to criticize the Republicans. That's their job. No matter what they do, their job, they're not allowed to say anything good about Trump and his administration and Republicans. They're not allowed. They're not there for that. If they do that, they won't win it won't help them win the next election. But what the question here is, what has the Democrats, what did Biden's administration do to stop the drug war? You know what Kamala Harris did to stop the drug war? She let, and if we're going to talk about legal or illegal, she let 20 million illegal immigrants into the country. So if Trump should be in jail for bombing drug traffickers, bringing in drugs into his country, then Kamala Harris should be on death row for treason. That's just my opinion, guys. If we're going to talk about illegal, I mean, Trump is taking the gloves off. And other presidents back in the days, the past presidents, they should have done the same thing. They didn't do anything. Kamala Harris let 20 million illegal immigrants into the country. Some of them violent criminals who murdered American citizens, beat on police officers. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. You got to start somewhere. You have to start somewhere, guys. You have to start somewhere. I commend Trump for what he's doing. It is radical, but people are dying in the United States. A lot of people are dying with the fentanyl drugs. Those fentanyl drugs is not playing anymore. They put shit to kill your ass, destroy you. Communities, look in Kensington. Just look at Kensington, PA. Go look at motherfucking Skid Row. And that's just go look at Cleveland, Baltimore. All those cities, drug infested, even in New York. Guys, come on, man. Let's get serious, guys. Let's get serious. We have to commend Trump. Trump is radical. He's taking the gloves off, but it's effective. They're gonna think twice. Any boat that comes through there, boom, 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 boom. Now what he has to do, and he's stopping it in the border, but now what he has to do is go to the Pacific. He has to do the same thing in the Pacific. But anyway, guys, we'll see what happens. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And of course, guys, subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, hit the like button. Any donations to my channel will be greatly appreciated. My PayPal account is on the screen. Peace, love, and God bless.